How to resolve conflict between two employees at work. Have you ever dealt with this and did not know what to do, and it was driving you crazy? If so, this video is for you. So why does conflict happen in the first place? What are the 6 steps you can use to get through these situations? We're going to cover that right now. So one of the best things that you can do is really learn to assess or even just to think about, why does conflict happen in the first place? Usually conflict happens when somebody feels like something's being taken away, when somebody owns something and is feeling jealous, angry, or fearful about it, or when somebody is not getting what they need as a part of their 4 basic human needs, which is certainty, significance, variety, and love and connection, right? So most conflict amongst employees specifically comes from a positive intent, meaning they want something, they're trying to keep something, they're trying to preserve something, or they're trying to fulfill a need. So when you have that perspective, then you can avoid demonizing the people or thinking less of them, because you know that it's just a normal part of the human experience. So conflict can arise when somebody doesn't feel heard, when someone doesn't have their needs met, or when they have a fear of loss, or when they don't feel like they understand and can connect with rapport to the people they work with. All of these things have answers. All of them can be fixed. So step number 1 was know why it happens. Step number 2 is to create an open door policy. Let me explain what this means. Make sure that anyone that ever talks to you about a situation or that is having conflict in any way knows that you're a safe place and that they can come talk to you. That means that you are going to honor their confidence, right? You will tell them you can't keep, sexual harassment situations or discrimination confidential. You will have to report them. But their feelings, how they're talking about it, their experience, make sure that they know you will keep it confidential. Also, make sure that you are listening and that you are being a safe place and that you genuinely care and are connected to them and the outcome. If you do that, you will be successful in having an open door policy. Now, when somebody comes into your door, let's follow these steps. Number 1, ask if it is dealing with harassment or discrimination or any kind of abuse. If that happens, then the immediate response, actually, let me take a step back. You will immediately contact your HR and legal department and get coaching on how to move forward. But as a default, you will explain, hey, if this is the situation, I need to circle in human resources and legal, and we are obligated to report abuse. We are obligated to report discrimination and harassment, and you are in a safe place, and then work them into an understanding of how they will be protected in this process. But the first question is, does it deal with harassment, discrimination, or abuse? And if it does, you're immediately going to circle in HR. You're going to handle it in a different way. If it doesn't, then you can proceed to step number 2, which is determine the severity of the situation. Really try to understand, how big of a situation is this? Really do some listening. Watch the body language. Ask for the person's experience. Really try to understand how they feel about it and really try to understand the severity. Number 3, if the severity is at a point where you can really encourage the individuals to work it out one by one, you might ask, are you comfortable having a conversation with that person directly? I will help coach you on how you can connect and have that conversation and resolve it one-to-one. Number 4, once you have done the coaching, you will ask them again, and that's why it's as an additional number. Number 4, ask them again if they are comfortable doing it. Allow them to resolve it one-to-one and have them report back to you if they need any additional assistance. Number 5, if they're not comfortable talking to the person one-on-one alone, ask if they would be comfortable if all 3 of you discuss the issue, meaning that if you as the supervisor could mediate and help pull them together and connect that relationship back. That is crucial because ultimately after this conflict has happened, you really want the team to be able to work together. Now, the reason I say that some people might not feel comfortable is if there's hierarchy, right, and they don't feel safe, or if there's any feelings of inequality or intimidation, or if even though the person that needs to be talked to has not technically committed any abuse, discrimination, or harassment, if there is fear of that, you wouldn't want to push that employee into that situation farther. Step number 6, if they're still not comfortable with that, you might ask, hey, are you comfortable if I have a discussion with the other person, mention that this is the situation and who is involved, and really try to create an environment where we can eventually pull you back together and connect the team? If that doesn't work, you might have to assess if there is another circumstance where you can connect them, or if there really isn't and they just need to not work together any longer. If it gets to that point, again, I highly recommend you loop in legal and HR to make sure that you're handling it appropriately for a win for the people and for the company together. The key third part to all of this is to listen to all parties involved. Once you have that, you will have a full picture and you will better know what your steps are to correct the situation. Step number 4 is take action when necessary. And some things that you can do that might help the situation are, number 1, encourage those employees if it's not toxic, meaning if the situation is repairable or the relationship is repairable. Encourage those 2 employees to spend time together. If it is repairable, spending time either going to lunch or working together or being in proximity or really digging in and learning how to act as a team can really work wonders. Number 2, encouraging the team members and possibly the entire team to get to know each other better, right? And in a different video, I'll explain the power of a personal player card, which is where you go through certain personality assessments and the individual writes down how they want to be talked to, what their hot buttons are, how you can address them if there's conflict, and really gives you the key to communicating with them in a positive way. And so if you have 2 people that are in a state of conflict, really learning how each person wants to talk to each other and trying to align that can really work wonders as well. And number 3, this situation might not be repairable, so they might have to not work together, work on different teams, or somehow be separated or be put into better circumstances to where they can both be healthy and happy. There's one thing that we all know though, if the conflict keeps happening and starts to nag each employee, they will become disengaged and pull away and possibly leave. So we do want to find real solutions to this real problem. Step number 5 in all of this, make sure that you're documenting it well so that not only your actions can be above the line and be audited and be traced, but also the accurate data is preserved for everybody involved so that you not only can provide the right solution, but also the company is covered from a legal standpoint. And number 6, always anchor back to core values, to company core values, to the employee handbook, and to your local rules and customs and culture so that you can handle the situation in a way that aligns with the company and where the company is going. And so the key really here is to listen. If you really listen, if you involve the right people, not everybody, but the right people as a part of your team and really get a second set of eyes, you can come to a really great conclusion. You can really work through these and know that not only are you taking care of the needs of the employees, but the needs of the team and the needs of the company. And when that happens, when you go together, you really come up with remarkable results. So you have to listen and actually provide solutions to what people are asking for. Just like on this YouTube channel, the way we come up with topics is we search what are people asking and we respond in that way. And also you can, when you are liking or subscribing to the content, you can always post a comment and we'll respond just like you would if you were navigating this difficult situation at work. So in conclusion, I want to say that I have always, when dealing with these situations, been able to get through them in a proper manner, especially because I was calm-headed, I slowed down, I made sure to always loop in HR and legal. We did it together and we were able to listen and find real solutions. That's what I want for you. But please know, conflict will always come up within teams. People will always end up in conflict and you will get to resolve these as a leader of your team. And so to enable you as that leader, we're going to link you to a blog post that will provide steps for you to really follow and navigate this difficult situation safely so that you can find that win-win-win. We hope this really enables you as a leader. On we go.